Good morning, everybody. And happy Tuesday. Happy Election Day if you're here with us in the beautiful United States of America, and to all of the international viewers out there. Good morning, happy Tuesday. If you're here with me in the Discord or the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. We have Spastric, SW, Vibe Trade, Tiger Trader, Trader Page, Pagify, Colby, Shelby, Fran, Vibe Trade, Luke S, Amateur Genius, Cyrus, Tommy, Brian. Nice picture there, Brian. Colby, Angus, Redberg, Black Lung, Dusk, Tommy, Luke, Vadim, Luna, Spastric, Ferrari, Phil, Big Sky, Gary, Tiger Trader, Raymond, Cicino, Flyer, Jim, Cash Jack, Kelvin, Busy Nerd, Mike in WV, Dusk, and Brian. What's up? How you doing out there? Who else do we have here? We got Trader Page, Gringo El Diablo, Zysov, Keith, SOS, Jason, Sierra, Kimball, Mark, Wheel, Rob, Joe, TNT Praz, Astrid, Lido, Mirror Walls, JD, Scott Trades, Kirk, T-Lad, Lido, Ken, Alfred, Endura, Alexandre, Larry, Rumor. Good morning to you, Sully Trader, FKA, Mr. Moon, Juan, formerly known as Mr. Moon. Good to see you. Jim's S, Rafal, Wizard, Mike, Terry, Chris, Ronnie, RC, Stefan. Good morning, everybody. If you could believe it, it's Election Day today. Who out there is planning to go out and vote? Who's going to go vote? Who out there is going to vote? That is the question. That is the question. Already did? No, already voted? Already voted? Already did it? Already voted? YOLO, nice. Sick. I think so. You folks out there, you already know who I voted for. Come on. That's an easy one. You ought to know already. Let's see. I left California. I don't know. I don't know. I love money. I don't know. I don't know who I voted for. Anyway, we don't like to get political on this show here. Anyway, I'm happy for today because I get to be on Top Step TV. And you know what's funny is I can't trade my live account. This is the first time that I'm going to be on Top Step TV where I won't be able to trade my live account, right? I won't be able to trade my live account because it's prohibited to trade your live account today. They have us locked out. They sent an email out to all of the live traders out there. So we can't trade our live accounts, but maybe I'll trade XFAs. Maybe I'll trade combines. I don't know. I missed a really good trade yesterday. If we're looking at, here's Trading View. Look at what happened in the Nikkei. I never trade the Nikkei, but I literally was watching it right here, right there, and I could have bought it at 275, and then it went all the way up to 750. That would have been good, and especially if I would have traded that. Well, I can't trade on my live, so I guess XFAs, that would have been a pretty profitable trade. And that would have been fun. Did anybody else trade? I mean, we don't have a lot of Nikkei traders in here, but did anybody catch Nikkei last night on that flushacito and then that huge pop and recovery? Because that was just, whoa, it's gorgeous. This little tuck below the prior day low. What do we got on right now? Let's look at the NQ here. I know you folks are talking about trading NQ this morning. We've been kind of holding this. Well, come on. Been kind of holding this trend down here. And it's just been holding and holding and holding. In fact, I'm going to go to my other chart that has all the fun drawings on it. There it is. Hello. But yeah, this one right here. And look at this. We bounced at that 131 level, and we were just between 168 and 131. These lines are working. But yeah, the best trade I think would have been right before I got on at, 7:30 in the morning. Just taking that trade long. Curious if anybody is in a trade right now. If you are, let me know in chat. Let's see who's in it. Vibe Trade is in a long NQ. What's your average there, buddy? You watched Dakota discussing it. Yeah, where do you think I got the idea for the trade? My trading buddy. He's the greatest trader of all time. He really is, though. He's like, it's insane how good he is. Like, he calls out the most ridiculously good trades ever. It's insane. But the reason why we're not allowed to trade our live accounts today is not because that Top Step thinks that we don't know how to manage risk or something like that. It's because the volatility is so extreme. And in extreme volatile days like today, extremely volatile sessions, we can see unfortunate things happen if you're on the wrong side of things. If you're on the right side of things, very fortunate things can happen. But if you're on the wrong side of things, much like FOMC, you can run into a lot of trouble. Julia says, that's why I made my money today. Yeah, I saw that. You locked it up. You made your money in your XFAs and you're all done. That's sick. That's really sick. Had too much PTSD from the chop these past weeks. Closed my long too early. That's okay. I mean, there's no shame in closing it early as long as you got a couple points. Like, look, right now, I haven't taken a single trade. So, and I might not take a trade. You know, I'm still kind of up in the air about it. I have no guarantees that I'm going to take a trade. And in fact, we don't really have much news that's coming out today in general or in the pre-market. We do have the September trade balance that's going to be coming out at 8:30. And then we get some Canadian trade data that's not really all that important. But then we get the Redbook retail sales at 8:55, not important. The big news of the day is going to be obviously the election, but like as far as economic releases, we're going to get the ISM Services Index for October. That's going to be out at 10. I'm going to be on Top Step TV while that's being traded. So that's 30 minutes after the open. And then at 1 p.m., we do have a 10-year note auction out from the Treasury. So the results of that auction usually come out about 90 to 120 seconds after the top of the hour there. So just look out for that. And that's pretty much it outside of the elections. But there's any kind of news, any kind of breaking news, any kind of headline that comes across the wire today that can significantly move the pace of the market, add volatility, shuffle things around. You're going to be wanting to watch the price ladder today, watch the time and sales. If you have Bookmap, you're going to want to watch the liquidity in Bookmap. But just pay close attention. But keep in mind, like this is to me like an FOMC day, where if you go into the day with extremely hungry eyes, you're probably going to get your face ripped off. If you go into today saying, this is going to be my best trading day ever, you're probably going to get your face ripped off. But if you go into today and you say, I want to see what happens. I'm going to try a couple trade ideas out. I'm going to stick to my stop losses, going to stick to my TPs. I'm not going to get discouraged either way. Maybe you end up having a decent day. Now, obviously, with a day like today where you have a tremendous amount of volatility, it can be very, very difficult. So you want to pace yourself and listen to yourself. If you're starting to feel a lot of anxiety or you're nervous, probably don't take a trade unless you're some sort of adrenaline junkie. And that's just weird because that's probably not the type of person that should be trading. You should be managing your emotions well. But I digress. What you want to be doing is focusing on listening to yourself today. If you have mental capital to spend and you're some type of freak of nature and you thrive on this type of volatility, then go for it. Do your thing. That's not a big deal. Today passed my second combine. Give it up for Chowzas or Siozas. There you go. What do you think of crude here? We can fill the gap below. Let's check out crude for you. Let's pull it on up. Let's go to regular trading. This Gapacito right here. Yeah, we very well could. Doesn't mean that we're going to, but we very well could. It's there's a big old gap there. Yeah, we very well could. But I wouldn't. I'm not a crude trader. I would just be expecting a lot of volatility to come through today, right? A lot of volatility. That's good. Tony Charles says, rips. After blowing 20 plus XFAs, I've finally requested my first payout after a 10-day streak. Cooling off and not trading this week. Big thanks to you and the community. Your wisdom is priceless. Thank you there, Tony. Can we give it up for Tony, please? That's a big feat, and I'm happy you took a payout. Very first payout. It's always the hardest to take for a lot of people. I see people blowing XFAs all the time because they get hungry eyes. And, you can have a couple days where you're doing really, really well, or even maybe a 5-day hot streak. And then all of a sudden it fades away from you and you don't take a single payout. Don't be that person. Richard says they scared you're going to kill it. Yeah. No, in a live account, you have to understand there can be things that hit the wire today that create such an immense amount of volatility that the market can swing 50 points in a single trade. I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen even larger than that. For instance, even this happens in equities, specifically on earnings, where you can have, just using whole numbers, you can have a price print. Like, let's say that a stock rallied from $90 to $100. You could have on earnings the print be $100, then $121, followed by a $98 print, back to back. It can happen. I've seen it happen. So on very extreme days where volatility is expected, expect the unexpected, and you won't be so surprised, right? You won't be so surprised. Let's see here. We got some longs, NQ short. People are short. Looks like the shorts are actually paying off where I asked that question there. Good morning, Dan. Everyone better have a Celsius, have a Cosmic Vibe Sparkling Fruit Punch. I'm charged up. There you go. Past 5 combines yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was a great day to be passing combines because there was a tremendous amount of volatility as well. I mean, that was a fun day of trading yesterday. We traded in the Clubhouse a little bit. We made some decent coin. It was nice. Let's see here. Trading combines are allowed today. Yes. Trading combines are allowed today. So are XFAs. The only thing that you cannot trade is if you're in the Top Step live funded program. Now remember, if you're in an XFA, you're not in a live funded account. It's a completely different program. So most of you who are funded are in the express funded accounts. I know that we do have some live funded traders that watch the show as well. But for the most part, if you have to ask, it's pretty likely that you're okay to trade because you would have had an email about your live account. Now, I have a live account. I have XFAs and I have combines. I can trade only the XFAs and combines today. So, Joe V says their margin requirements are also significantly more. Top Step is assuming the risk as well, even though it is a live account. Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing. There's going to be higher margin requirements across the board from all of these brokerages like Dorman, AMP, Schwab, IBKR, any of the places that offer futures. I don't know if futures are live on Robinhood yet, but I would assume that their margin requirements are also high again. So it looks like we made a lower high here all the way up to 156 or so. We didn't get back up to those 170s, and now we are kind of fading back down, but we are just rinsing. This is not the easiest price action to read. It's a little bit rinsy. But yeah, it's the same reason why they don't allow people to trade, hold trades overnight, because there's always going to be adjustments to the amount of contracts you can trade based on what the margin requirements are. So it's a lot easier for Top Step to come in and say, you know what? We're just going to stop people from trading live accounts today. That's it. And the MC level, which it loves to lift from. Yeah, it's just doing the dang thing over and over and over, isn't it? Could be a long from Asia low targeting Friday's high. I had a look at the last election of the day of there was a long run up day before the election. Yeah. I posted the stats earlier in Top Step, not Top Step, in our own Discord, the MC Discord here. And let me see if I can bring up the stats here. So in the 2020 presidential election, which was on November 3rd, 2020, the S&P rose by approximately 1.8%. So we'll call that 2%. So the S&P rallied by 2% on November 3rd, 2020. But there's also COVID shenanigans going on at the time. 2016 presidential election, November 8th, 2016, S&P rose about 50 basis points, half a percentage point. And then on 2012, November 6th, 2012, the presidential election for then, the S&P saw a slight decline of about 30 basis points, so just over a quarter of a percentage point there. So it's been sort of a mix, but the last two elections, Trump's election, Biden's election, had both seen a rise. However, the COVID rise is a little bit, it's more of an outlier print because of all of the shenanigans that were going on at the time. So I don't know if we can include that data point. So, I think that if we're looking at just 2016 and 2012, we could say that the market might settle in at about 0.5% or so, somewhere in between 0.2 and 0.5%. Right now, the market is at 0.25% in the green right now on the NASDAQ, and looks about 10 basis points on the S&P. So there you go. In 2016, we first went limit down overnight before closing green. That is correct, Dan. That is correct. Is today the declaration of who will win? Sorry, I'm not from America. It's the election day. I'm very doubtful that we will see the results, the definitive results this evening. However, if there's a landslide either way, then that could be the case. But I don't expect, who knows? Anything can happen. It's hard for somebody living in this country to sort of trust what things are being shown lately. You know, if you get my drift. I don't want to get too political, but it's been very difficult to trust things that are being said to you. So let's see what actually happens if we actually get some results this evening, if there's no water pipes breaking or machines bugging out, and etc. Rips, is Top Step going to remove XFAs when you get a live account? MP was hitting towards us. There's nothing that has been said definitively, and until something is said definitively, I'm going to continue to trade XFAs alongside my live account. Now, I can't trade my live account today, so if I wanted to trade something for real money, I have to trade my XFAs. Simple as that. After you take a withdrawal from XFA, do you need to make another 5 days of $200 to qualify for another withdrawal? I'm pretty sure that the days are in a bank. Now, you can ask support. You can give TopStep a phone call to ask them for clarification on this. But it is my understanding that the 5 days, that every single time that you have $200, that's considered a 1 day thing. And every single time that you have 5 of those days, they're put into a bank. And every time you take a withdrawal, it takes out those 5 days from the bank. That's what I'm thinking. I'm almost positive because every single time that I've taken a withdrawal, it shows me like in the notes that it counts like 5 days. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm pretty positive that's how it works. Okay. Thank you, baby food. Yeah. So, hey, Rips, please explain to me the real difference from XFAs and live accounts on TopStep about daily drawdown and payouts. So there's really not much of a difference. Hey, thank you, John. Appreciate you, buddy. Give it up for John. Thanks for the 10 spot, buddy. Really appreciate that. So yeah, the difference is really the fact of the matter is that with a live account, you get a risk manager. On the XFAs, you can copy 5 different accounts. You can spread your risk out. You can copy them, not copy them. You can trade 1 at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 4 at a time, 5 at a time, whatever you want. But your orders don't actually hit the market. You're still in a simulated environment, but you can take payouts from that. Every 5 days of $200 or more, you can take a payout. That's it. In the live account, once you get over the live account, same rules. 5 days of $200 or more, take a payout. After you get over 30 profitable days of $200 or more, you can take out anything you want. That's where my live account stands right now. I got my live account back in December 2023. Still have the same live account. I have something like 60-something profitable days in there. At any moment I want, I can take a withdrawal from that live account. Any amount I want. Simple as that. Hey, Rips, would your Clubhouse explain how you use the bookmap features? No, but Bookmap's free YouTube stream would, Sophia. So I would recommend using Bookmap's free YouTube channel. Live accounts don't have a balance cap, correct? That is correct. Coach Dakota is, I think he has something like a $300,000 balance in his live account. So yeah, there is no cap on the amount of anything. So if you wanted to trade 100 lots, you check in with the risk manager and see if they'll allow you to do it. If you want to trade 50 lots, you can check in with the risk manager, see if they'll allow you to do it. It's nice. You have your own risk manager who's sort of backseating your account, making sure that you're staying in line. You can adjust your loss limit, your daily loss limit, the amount of contracts you can trade, and etc. That is the benefit from having a live account. Bernardo says, can I take payouts for all 5 live accounts at once 4 times per month? You can for XFAs. You're limited to only 1 live account. 1 live account. That's it. You can only have 1 single live account, 5 XFAs. You can take the payouts from all of your 5 XFAs as many times as you want, as long as you have 5 days of $200 per more in each account, right? So if you have 1 account, you decide to trade, you make $200 and you never touch it again. And then you go off and you trade account number 2, you get 6 days of $500 or of $200 rather, sorry. 6 days of $200 or more. That 1 account that you only did 1 profitable day of $200 or more in, you can't take a withdrawal from. It's per account. And this is why I copy all of my accounts together. You can see right here, it says leader plus 4. That means I have 1 account and 4 following accounts is a total of 5 accounts. And because they're all traded in succession, the moment that I have a $200 day in my single account, it's copied to all of my other accounts. Same thing goes for losses. You copy your wins, you copy your losses. So if you have a losing day, all of those losing trades are copied to your other accounts. How many accounts do you blow per day? I don't know. We'd have to check in and see. I'm guessing it's probably close to 690 accounts per day at this point. 690. But I think that we can probably beat that. Could probably go for maybe 720 accounts per day if we're lucky. Hey, Reps, will the Magnificent 7 had much to do with this today, as they're all in the green and apart from one. Well, they're green, and we have sort of had a bit of a gap up here, but will it hold is the question. I think that we're going to get a lot of hijinks, I think we're going to have a lot of hijinks today and a lot of hard price action to play out here. 4,200 accounts is the record. Yeah. But yeah, I make a habit of blowing accounts as much as I possibly can, because that's the only way to win. When was the last time I blew accounts? I'm trying to be real here. I think last week we lost some combines. Rips from the top step payout policy. After taking a payout, a trader must complete 5 additional winning trading days from the date of the most recent payout is processed before being eligible. Interesting. See, I thought it was kind of banked. So maybe I'm wrong there. I thought it was banked. Did Nancy Pelosi tell me that she's buying the 130s? No, but the MC levels did. That's how I know there. That's how I absolutely know. Oh, you folks are funny now. Any issues with login with TradingView? I'm good on TradingView. Does anybody else have any issues with TradingView? Because I'm good right now. Hey, Siri, set my office to 75 degrees. Sweet. How do we get the indicator with the levels? Very good question. It's right here. It's called the Spaceman BTC, and it's only available on TradingView. It's not available on TopStep X yet, as far as I know. Look at this. We are still bouncing at this trend. Isn't that something? We're just continually holding this trend here, but it's still too choppy for me to jump into here. Blew a few XFAs, but passed a few new ones and back in action getting payouts. Let's go, JB. That's what I want to hear right there. It's awesome. What do you think about today's 19,800 sweep? I mean, it's going to take a lot to get down there. We're going to have to see the S&Ps fail the VWAP. We're going to have to see a lot of these Mag 7 names stay compressed. So a lot of things are kind of hanging in the ballast here, but your guess is as good as mine. It's election day. There's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of hijinks today. It's going to depend on how much liquidity is actually being provided into the market today. If there's a lot of liquidity, it's harder for the market to move wildly, right? But I don't expect that. I expect a lot of liquidity providers to be running at a clip of what they usually do. That's what I expect. What's the cheapest you have seen Top Step Combine evals coming over from Apex? $49. If you click the link in my profile, if you've never traded Top Step Combine before, you get a discount on your first one. So on your first one, I recommend getting a 150K. It ends up being around like $112 if you click the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. Only on your very first one, though. After that, the discounts are over. Top Step rarely does sales. I'll let you folks know the next time they ever do a sale, if at all, but they rarely are ever doing sales. But yeah, if you click the link that's pinned to the chat in YouTube, it'll give you the deepest discount available, as long as it's your first one there. Spaceman BTC is the name of the indicator. Everyone have a beautiful trading day. Stay small and be careful. I like that, Steven. That's very smart. Very, very smart. Yeah, I'm just watching here and looking over at all of my screens right now, and I'm still not seeing any kind of setups. We are going to have that news coming out in 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and smash the lucky like button. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes before the news comes out, because I want to see what you folks think and kind of poll the chat on where you folks think the market is going to be heading today. How different do you trade between an XFA and Combine? Are you more aggressive in Combines? I know you also have a live account. To be honest, I'm always going to be more aggressive in Combines. I haven't had a lot of trouble of passing Combines lately. I've been getting really used to using Top Step X, and I love the platform. So practicing a lot on Top Step X has given me, I think, a lot of confidence to be able to pass Combines, and it's not really been an issue. I've been passing them very, very quickly. So I think that is in line with being a much more aggressive trader on Combines. In my XFAs, since it's real money, I would like to be more aggressive at certain times. However, it's always difficult to find that strength to be extra, super, uber aggressive on those things when you know that it's real money and you're getting payouts from it. So Fast Markets this morning. Yes, it is Tuesday, so we are going to be on Fast Markets. I'm also going to be on Thursday, because remember, Thursday we have a surprise FOMC, which is very uncharacteristic. It's usually on the third Wednesday of every single month. We are having FOMC on Thursday this week. So this week is going to be very volatile. And that's why I say, don't even worry about today. If there's some good opportunities, some good setups that fit into your system, take them. But outside of that, just enjoy the show, treat it like FOMC and just enjoy the show. When the election results come out, till then, there are not going to be any violent moves. So let me explain. On the election day, you're going to have certain states that are reporting. And because we work with an electoral college in the United States, if it gets to a certain point, there is a point of no return for a certain candidate, for either candidate, really. But there's a point of no return if we get to a certain number. If that happens, then we can announce a winner today. But you're going to be seeing states reporting, and they're going to be reporting like a certain percentage. Like, for instance, if they're reporting 60% of their polls and one of the candidates is leading by 80%, you call it for that state. There's no way that with 40% of the remaining vote to come in that can sway the votes that much. So as the day progresses, we're going to see if the Electoral College becomes so imbalanced that one candidate cannot lose. That's it. That's what you're looking for. If it's a tight race, we won't have that. And we're going to get pops of volatility when it looks like it's not going to be a tight race, and then return back to balance when we see that it's no longer going to be a tight race, and et cetera. So it's just watch and pay attention to what places are reporting, what states are reporting, and if we have sort of a landslide either way. So that's how it's going to work out. Hey, Rips, do you recommend ACH or Wise for payouts? How fast is Wise? I've never used Wise. I'm here in the beautiful United States of America. I just use the ACH and wire. It's never taken longer than 48 hours for me to get a payout. Last time I requested a payout, it took less than 24 hours for me to receive it in my bank. So there you go. What are the news expectations? Well, for the trade balance, we are expecting negative 84 billion versus a negative 70 billion prior read. I'm not expecting that to sway the market all that much, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Where do we see these reports? On any American news, if you go to any of the American news websites, mainstream media, they'll be reporting throughout the entire day, any of the states. And you're going to want to be watching the swing states, which way they're swinging. That's pretty much what you want to be looking for today. Maricopa County reported it could take them 13 plus days to finalize the total votes. Correct. But if that state is not required for a certain candidate to win, then it doesn't matter, right? If it's a landslide for one of the candidates, then Arizona doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter, right? You have to remember that if it's a landslide one way or the other, then we could find out very, very quickly who the president is potentially this evening. Morning, Rips. Your market memo has been posting late to E-Trade and Business Insider. Do you have control on when it goes live daily? I don't, but it goes live daily in the MC. Usually around 7 a.m. Eastern time, sometimes 7:30, sometimes 7:45, sometimes even earlier today. It went out at 6 a.m. Eastern time, I believe. Kingdom says, I'm a newer trader. Does gold normally rally in times of uncertainty like during the elections? Again, it's all the answer to most of these questions is it depends. We have news coming out in 30 seconds. We'll get back to the questions in just a moment here. Am I going to be watching Las Vegas Grand Prix? Yeah, maybe in person. Bentley invited me to their thing, which they have a really cool setup, but I'll see. I don't drink, so I don't know if I want to be confined to an area of, a bunch of people boozing it up and, you just see one area of the track. I might just want to watch it like in one of the sports books. Minus 84.4 billion is in line with expectations. The consensus expectation was 84.0 billion, coming in at negative 84.4 billion. So market likes that information. I don't think it's rallying on that specifically, but the market seems to like that. Rips, you ever play the ponies? There's a time and a place for that. Betting on horses it can be fun. But I don't really gamble anymore. It kind of lost its luster. I used to play a lot of baccarat, a lot of blackjack back in the day, back when I used to drink. It was a lot more fun back then, but yeah, it's kind of lost its luster for me. I stick to poker now. Rips, Toyota once invited me to free food at the dealership. I thought, dang, I made it. There you go. That's amazing. Oh, goodness. According to Frank Lutz, it all comes down to just Michigan and Pennsylvania. If either candidate takes both, it's over in their favor. Yeah, that's the thing. We want to be watching for swing states. Market is rallying right now. Is anybody long in this market? More specifically, did anybody actually catch the long from around 130 there and still holding it? That would be a tough hold if you got that original push. Beautiful, beautiful trade if you did. Nice. Broccoli got it at 140s. Kelvin got it. Yes. Wow. Beautiful. Yeah, we are experiencing a little bit of a blow off top here. I don't know if this qualifies, specifically as a blow off top, but it's definitely blowing off its top a little bit. Somebody rubbed it the right way. Let's see here. Looking at any of this breaking news, none of it really matters here. Thought it would break the trend first before going up. Yeah, I mean, it did make a lower high. We can argue, that it did make a bit of a lower high there. Right? Hope everyone has a great day. Not trading this mess. Be back next week. Take care, Ribs. Thank you, Nelson. I don't blame you. I think it's very, very smart. Don't feel like if you're missing out on this week. If you take the rest of the week off, I think you'll do just fine. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. If you take the rest of this week off, you come back next week ready to crush, I think you'll do just fine. This week is going to be tremendously difficult. I'm fully prepared to get smoked this week. I don't mind. It's just another week in the books. Brian says bathroom blowout. Yeah, I mean, this is similar to a bathroom blowout. It is very similar to a poop apocalypse, but this is more to the upside rather than the downside. You think if Trump wins, is going to go up or down? I think the market would rally on it. I think Bitcoin would rally on it. I think that we could see a potential breach of a 100,000 in Bitcoin and then probably a blow off top to 120 and then the return back down to 92. And that's recorded now, so we can go back and watch this later. I don't want a president who pretends to... Okay, hold on. Now we're getting political. I don't want to get there. How is your settings on the BTC indicator? I pulled up on the chart, but it's looking different. Sure. Right here. I just have all of the first ones kind of selected here. So yearly, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour. Just right there. All checked. How come on the Spaceman indicator, if I put New York open on at 9:30, it draws a line at 10:30 candle? Maybe because of the time change. That could be it. Think we're breaking out of 170 soon? Maybe. We've been trying for a while now. We've been trying back here, and kind of blowing off our tops over here or there. This is Spaceman BTC. This is just for drawing these lines here. It doesn't draw these dotted lines. Those are my own beautiful... Put it on the refrigerator with the magnet drawings there. I want a president who's full-blood Native American and who has a name like Chief Sitting Bull. Well, I didn't see any of those candidates on the ballot this year, so you might have to wait another 4 years there. Rip, new to the chat. Where do you go after 9:30 a.m.? Right here. If one of the mods can help him find where the Discord stream is right now, then you'll find it. Let's see here. Thank you, Ripspot, helping out here. There was a bullish Harami on the daily, took out the lows yesterday, but I'm bearish, trying to remain neutral though. Want to see 19,990s today. We shall see. Okay. That's a good thing too. On a day like today, it's good to write out your trading plan. Even if you don't decide to trade it, it's good to go back and see how correct you were on your trading plan. Night, guys, just closed my ES trade from 50, spot 75. Let's see where you're at here. Guessing it was a long. Nice. So down here at the previous day mid, taking it all the way up to the prior 4-hour high. Very nice. Very good stuff there. Yeah, this market is just chopping around, as is. If you can't find Chief Sitting Bull, you can definitely find plenty of politicians who are full of bull. I like that. It's very true. Okay, so if we do get up to 500 likes, I'm going to do the poll. We're at 363 right now with 1,700 people watching. Let's just click the like really quick, and then we can get on with our day here. Today would make my 5th day in my XFA, but I'm really wondering if I should trade today or skip today. My XFA is currently sitting at 62.50. I really only need 200 to secure a payout. Do not trade today. Literally do not trade today. Please, God, do not trade today. You deserve that $3K in your bank account. Do not trade today. There's going to be such an easy day for you to get $200 and just extract it right out of the market. Like, just be patient. Pretend the market is closed today. Pretend it's Saturday. You deserve that payout. You've done so well. Literally, trust me on this one. Maybe even lock up that XFA until Monday. Wait for like the easiest setup you've ever seen in your entire life. Take it for $200. Book it. Done. It's $3K. $3K is a great payout. Seriously, just trust me on this one. I know it's going to be tempting today. There's going to be a lot of wild moves, but just trust me. Wait until you have a really nice, easygoing day. Simple as that. Simple as that. I had 5 $200 days and blew it all trading junk. Just wait. Yeah, see, Mike Z knows. It's going to get the best of you if you let it get to you. I'm telling you. It's just going to happen like that. I'll short the crap out of 57.61 if you get there. Hey, Holy Earth. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate you. Nah, make 10K looks better. Yeah, don't fall into that trap of being greedy. You'll get smoked, I'm telling you. It's just not worth it. It's better to take it slow. I mean, you just pressed a few buttons and you're going to get $3,000 for it. There's no better way to live than that. Just seriously, just wait. The market's going to be open very, very soon, right around the corner. It's okay. We have the election maybe resulting at this evening. Maybe we get the results this evening. Probably we won't. And then we get FOMC on Thursday. So I would hate to see you lose that money. Lock it up. Lock it up. Top Trade said, rips. I went nuts the other day. I had 8,600 by XFA. I wanted to make 400 more to take a payout. Started losing and betting bigger and blew it. See? I'm not making this up. This is the human condition. This is what we all fall into, the same trap. You don't want to be that person who falls in that trap. You can trade the market in difficult conditions. You can trade it in easy conditions. It's just up to you whether or not you have the emotional fortitude to have the patience to get there. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Yesterday was my first day in my live account, and it is way different trading than my XFAs. The fills are way different. Interesting. I do not notice that myself, although you have to understand, I've only been trading on props since June of 2023. I've never traded anything but my own money before that. I've always only traded my own money, never had other people's money, always bootstrapped my own trading. And this is the first time I've ever traded on props. So I've always traded in a live environment. So I don't think it's that big of a difference, to be honest. Maybe it's different on Top Step X. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I will watch DJT price today. Then that may be a great indicator of election direction. I like that, Greg. That's actually quite smart. It has been sort of an indicator of that. If we do see that there is a potential of a Donald J. Trump landslide, then we could probably see DJT pumping. I think we'll see crypto pumping and a lot of, what are they called? Coins pumping. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, of course. But again, this is all contingent upon whether or not we get swing states in early that are saying that is going to lean that way, right? Ribs, can you share your volume profile settings? I'd love to do that for you. Here you go. You can go back and pause the YouTube video at any time. Right there. That's where you'll find everything you need. There you go. Top Step X fills are horrible. Is that in the live or are you talking about in the simulated environment? Because me personally, I have no issues with them. You have to remember, if you're looking over at the dome, you can see very clearly what the price is that it's about to get you if you click market in. Now, if you don't want to have bad fills and you want to have the exact fills of what you're looking for, use a limit order. It's just that simple. You'll always get the price that you want exactly. So think about that. If you're ever worried about the fills, then just use limit orders. Simple as that. Mark says $700 left to pass a 150K combine yesterday. Went on tilt and lost the combine. Dang it, I'm sorry. Then bought another after I reset and made 4,500. Take it slow. Yes, Mark, take it slow. You know the answer. You saw what happened yesterday when you tried to rush things. You had only $700 left and you rushed things. When will daylight savings time end? I believe it's in March or April. Hey Siri, when does daylight savings end? Oops. Hey Siri, when will daylight savings end?
Daylight saving time starts on Sunday, March 9th, 2025, and will end on Sunday, November 2nd, 2025.
So March 9th. March 9th. There you go. So that's when, whatever, we changed the clocks back. Your series recognizes that. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm triggering all the series out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, I forgot there's a lot of people watching. Siri's actually a lot better this time. Sorry, I'm saying it again. The S word. She's a lot better this time. I'm telling you, she's a lot better. If you get the AI Apple Intelligence update, it's actually quite a bit better. It's actually it's quite nice now. I don't mind it at all. I find her to be lovely. Just a couple more likes. We need one more like. Who's going to do it? Who's going to be the person to jump in the pool here? One more like and we can do this. We can start a poll. I'm going to start crafting it. And I'm going to click the button as soon as we get over 500. Will the NQ, there we go, trade end the day above or below? And let's say 20,175. Above, below. There we go. Go ahead and vote away in the poll. Might have missed it. This is my first year trading on election day. How's the market act? We talked about it for the first half of the stream. If you want to go back and watch it, you can rewind the stream. Saw the Ex Machina again today, deactivating AI on my devices for a few days. There you go. So yeah, go ahead and vote in the poll. I'm curious what you folks are thinking. I mean, if you're asking me, if we break above this 168 level and we start to find some rally juice, I can see the market squeezing out all of the shorts from overnight and yesterday. Yeah, if we do get to 1,500 likes today, we don't have a lot of time together because I'm going to be on fast markets, but if we do get to 1,500 likes, I will give away a free Top Step Combine. Why not? I mean, we ought to do it, right? I just can't find myself finding a trade here. I might trade on fast markets, but you know, I'm not dying to get on a trade today, you know? And that's usually my best days. When I go into the day where I'm saying, you know, take it or leave it, I don't really care. Those are usually my best days in the market, you know? Vibe Trade says, let's go 180. It looks like it wants 180. It ain't dropping, so go, go, go. There we go. Yeah, right now, a lot of people are very bullish here. We have 377 votes in so far. 51% are above. 26% are below. 24% say no clue. So there you go. Rips Baby said size down. Wake up, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm even going to trade today. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I honestly, I have no skin in the game either way as far as, you know, my emotions. I have no emotional need to trade today. So if I trade and I lose, who cares? If I trade and I win, hey, great, bonus, whatever. What is fast markets? It's on Top Step TV. And that's where I'm going there. Rips equals MJ, Dakota equals LeBron. I'm more like currently I'm sort of the water boy for LeBron. I wouldn't say that I'm MJ at all. I have to prove that first. I was there in the beginning of the year, and then since then, you know, I haven't really been focused. I've been focused more on poker than I have been on trading. I haven't really been sitting here and like my trading exposure into the market has been probably about, for active trading, probably about 60 minutes a day, if that. So I haven't really been super hyper focused on taking a lot of trades. Jimmy Butler, maybe. Yeah, there you go. I mean, you know, it's more like, you know, I've made a lot of money in poker since I've moved to Vegas, and that's really been my primary focus. I've made probably 40x what I've brought down in trading. So, you know, but yeah, I haven't really been focused. If I've been sitting down in front of my computer trading, that'd be one thing. But yeah, maybe towards, you know, trading really starts to light up in November. So after this month, maybe we'll start to focus a little bit more on trading. But yeah, for the time being, it's been really, my primary focus has been really on poker lately. And I'm just being real with you. In fact, we do have a game on Wednesday, a very, very good game coming on Wednesday. This month will be some of the largest games I've ever played in my poker career. So I'm very excited about that. Very excited about that. I'm like Shaq at the free throw line. Yeah, that's in line with me right now. Have you played with Mickey Mace? No, Mickey Mace is, in my opinion, not exactly a poker player, in my opinion. At the Win, the game on Wednesday is going to be at Bobby's Room, Bellagio. If you are in Vegas, stop by the Bellagio. That's where I'm going to be. I am on Poker Go this month. I don't know when it's going to air. I have no idea when it's going to air. But I believe those shows are going to be on NBC. What's the red dotted line indicator? I drew those myself. I just actually drew those lines myself. And I just used other points of liquidity. You can see how well these lines have been respected. But these lines have been on my chart for a while, and they're just still working. Mickey's giving me some serious scammer vibes. Yeah, you know, I don't know the guy personally. I don't have nothing really to comment on that, really. Let's see here. Have I played poker with Neymar? No. No, I have not. Rips, how does poker and trading correlate? I don't play poker, but you're amazing at both. Thanks, Gary. There's a lot of hedge funds that actually require their traders to play poker because there's a lot of similarities between poker and trading. Bankroll management, managing your emotions, playing probabilistic odds. It's a lot of things. And by the way, I know that a lot of people are not well versed in poker, but poker, you're not playing against the house. There's no edge against the house. You're playing against other players. So when you're winning, you're taking other players' money. You're not taking the casino's money. It doesn't work like that. There's been a lot of comments. I mean, Twitter's a funny place, but been a lot of comments being like, oh, this guy just goes to the casino. He's a gambler. I don't play against the casino. Playing against other players. It's a game of skill and luck, of course. But if you're having probabilistic odds of winning a hand 85% of the time, you're going to win 85 times out of 100. You want to take those odds, right? Why is it that the closer you get to passing combines, the harder it is to pass? Something psychological there. Yeah, it's all in your head. A lot of it is all in your head. Same thing with poker. When you are on a downswing, you're in your own head and you're trading or you're playing poker differently. In the same way, when you're trading, the same thing happens. You have issues where you are succumbing to a lot of different things, like a lot of different ridiculous things. You play with Berkey? Yeah, all the time, actually. Berkey's a great dude. I have nothing but love for Berkey. We were chatting yesterday, actually. He might be playing this week. I'd love to play with him. Last hand that I had with Berkey was actually quite insane. I had ace-4 suited, and I'm not taking a trade right now, so I can talk about this. I had ace-4 suited, and the flop came out ace-4-4. And Berkey was firing into the pot. I was raising, and then he checked, and I took the lead on the turn. I bet out quite a bit, and then the river came. He checked me, bet out. So the board was ace-4-4 XX. The rest of the board doesn't matter. Maybe a flush came, but I flopped full house. And on the river, I bet out like 20K, and then he jammed for like, I think he had like, I don't know, 50K behind. It's a decent sized pot. I think it was like a 135K pot. And he jammed from behind, and I snap called ace-4. Flop was ace-4-4. What do you think old Berkey had there? What do you think old Berkey had? It was lovely. Just a wonderful, wonderful hand. Yes, that's exactly right. Yep, he had rockets. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. It was a friggin' cooler. He basically limped. It was like pre-flop raising maybe like $700. Yeah, it was horrible. It was a cooler. And that day, I think I had a session that day where I think I lost like maybe $250,000 that day. It was not a fun session. It was a tough one. No river 4. No, not quads. The same day, however, speaking of that, I had pocket 4s and the flop was X10-4, turn 10, jammed. He had pocket 10s. He had quads. I'm not even kidding. Same day, same opponent, Matt Berkey. Insane. Same day. It was lovely, lovely, lovely day. Oh, goodness. Rips, how did he manage to do that to you? He kept calling with X on the turn. What did you put him on? I mean, it's pretty difficult when you I put him on ace king, ace queen, ace jack. Like, he's a very dynamic player. Berkey's an extremely talented player. But it's really tough to put somebody on pocket aces when they're playing them that slow. And you also have removal there when you have ace 4, right? You have removal to the ace. So the likelihood that the case ace is flopping is just, probabilistically it's very low. So it is what it is. It's a cooler. It's considered what you call in poker a cooler. And there's not much you could do. Like, I would find it very difficult for anybody to get away from that hand. That's all. No one has folded outside of Nitty and MTT. Yeah, if you're playing like, I don't know, if you're like in a deep run in the World Series of Poker and like it's like, there's other factors that come into play where you could get away from that hand. But in live cash, if you're folding that hand, you're going to be one of the easiest players to run over ever, right? It's a cooler. It is what it is. In multi-table tournaments, the dynamic changes a little bit, but in live cash, you're calling that spot every day of the week, including Sundays. So I don't understand why 10-year yield has been rising since the 50 basis point cut announcement. 25 basis points down. That's why. Because it was going to be 50 basis points and now it's going to be 25. We're going to see the 10-year note auction today, so we're going to see if that can kind of throw some volatility towards it there. On winning days, when do you decide to cut trading? When I'm out of mental capital. You can start with training wheels by picking a potential profit target, and then even if you don't hit that profit target, cutting it off. But you have to go through the motions to understand when you are actually out of mental capital. You literally have to get and find out where your mental capital is. Straight up. Do I think Mickey Mace is for real or just smoke and mirrors? I'm from the camp. I don't know the guy. I've never spoken to the guy. I've never met him in person, never played poker against him, never gambled with him, etc. I'm from the camp that I feel like he's a good talker. He's a good marketer. But it just sounds like that kid in school who used to tell you about, all the crazy stuff. Like it just doesn't compute with me. That's all. Do you ever start the trading with low mental capital to decide to lock it up? Yeah, I mean, there are days when you're just kind of feeling worn down, but it's at least taking a peek at the market. You can lock up and just watch the market too. You'll often find that if you do lock up your trading account before the market opens, that you'll be washed over with a big feeling of relief because you know that you can't, hurt yourself, so to speak, right? What are the odds of having quads twice in a single session? Got to be extremely rare. Yeah, it's extremely rare, but he didn't have quads on the first one. He flopped the top boat. He flopped aces full of fours where I flopped fours full of aces. So completely different, but he did have quads later that day. And it was just like, I literally turned over my hat and I was like, this is ridiculous today. And then I think I walked away after that. But, is what it is. That's poker. I'm having a lot of days where I get in the green, but I don't reach my profit target and don't realize it once I start trading out of the pocket period. Any advice to catch myself before I blow? Lower your daily profit target and see if that helps. Lower it by 25%. If that doesn't help, lower it by 40%. That's what I would say. Let's see here. He had the golden horseshoe. Yeah, I mean, it happens though. It really happens. That's just part of it. And that's the thing too. Because without trading, I never would have learned how to manage my tilt. You have to understand, when I first started trading, I was a very tilted trader often, and I would cause a lot of financial harm to myself in the sense that I'm blowing real money into the market that you can't get back. It's a lot harder to make money than it is to lose money in the market. You want proof? Go into an account right now and just start clicking around buttons as fast as you can and see if you come out a winner or a loser. Every single trade that you open, you're at least paying commissions, so you're already at a loss in that trade. It's very difficult to extract money from the market. It's very easy to lose money into the market. So when you're losing money and you're blowing money in the market, you can go on tilt. And that's what would happen to me in my first 3 years of trading. Now, in poker, there's a lot of similarities in the same thing where you get a bad beat. And instead of being rational and saying, well, the probabilistic odds of that happening are very low, but there's variance in poker, there's variance in trading, there's variance in all probabilistic odds-based things in life. That's what variance is. And you just accept it and you move on. In trading, you learn to master those emotions and manage those emotions that you experience in the same way with poker. And I feel that with what I learned from trading over the last decade, it has tremendously boosted my own way of managing my emotions in poker. You can ask most of the players that I played with. I rarely am a tilted player, if at all. And I'm usually pulling the ripcord, very quickly. In the same way with trading, I'm pulling the ripcord, right? I'm rarely ever losing in my live account and then going to my XFAs and losing there and then going and blowing a bunch of combines. If I'm losing and I'm feeling out of the pocket, I'm probably stopping. If I'm losing and I'm still feeling mentally stable, where I'm not feeling tilted, I'm usually going to continue to trade. So it comes with knowing yourself. When you know yourself, that's when you're going to be in the pocket. I've been getting stopped out of trades because I have been using tight stops. Yesterday I had a wide stop. It almost stopped out, but it ended up hitting I'm guessing you're saying your profit target, your target. Yeah. So one of the ways that you can also help with that is that you want to increase the size of your stop loss, but you also want to reduce the amount of contracts you're trading. But if you're trading one mini, how do you reduce your contracts? Well, you go into the micros. One mini is equal to 10 micros. So you can reduce your size by 20% by trading 8 micros. Simple as that. Hey, Rips, last night during Asia market was bearish when a 1045 ET market reversed, usually 50 points. Only news I saw was Joe Rogan endorsing Trump. You think that was it? It could have been that, but it's also lack of liquidity and stops getting popped. I would say that. Wide stops are not necessarily the answer. Think about the opportunity cost of not being on the other side of the trade during that time. That's a good point too. Do you play without stress because in a way you're retired from business with a lot of cash? I mean, it definitely helps. I mean, for sure, it definitely helps. If you are desperate for money and you're playing poker, or you're desperate for money and you're trading, you're going to be thinking about that before thinking about what is going on in your trade. It's the same reason why people kind of have a moment when they go to trade their XFAs for the first time, because they start psyching themselves out, thinking about how it's real money. Same thing goes for live traders. You start psyching yourself out. That's why trading a paper account is always going to be easier than trading in a real money account, because there's no downside to it. You can't hurt yourself. On a combine, that's different because you could still ruin the cost of what you paid for the combine, but it's not as extreme as losing actual money in the market. So, love micros, game changer, very powerful. I listen to Rips, and that's how I passed my first combine. Nice, Mike. Love you, buddy. There you go. Rips, can you recommend a source to learn the basics of poker? Sklansky's books are decent. I would say, I mean, GTO Wizard and Sklansky's books, if you're starting out, maybe. I don't know if Sklansky's books still hold up. There's probably a lot of good YouTube videos out now, but, you know, there's not experience. Experience in trading is never going to beat any kind of book that you're going to read about trading. But you should get fired up from reading books. Like, that's why I recommend, like, the Market Wizards books. Those should fire you up to want to trade, and then you go get your own experience in the market, you know? Is there stupid rich money in the biggest poker tables, or the biggest ones are always the hardest to play? No, that's the thing. When you're playing high stakes, it's all about game selection. So you want to have people who have a lot of money, but that are not professional poker players. And there's quite a few of those people out there that just want to have the thrill of playing with somebody that they've seen on TV, or the thrill of playing with somebody that they know is a super pro, the challenge of it. You know, there's a ton of people who are in those shoes there. Harrington on Hold'em. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of decent books out there, but I mean, a lot of folks would argue that, you know, there's the era of GTO now. So just doing running drills on GTO with potentially like one of those online sites. Maybe check out Berkey's site. Solve for why. My dad hates that I game and trade at the same time, but it helped me not to F with my trade. He thinks it's irresponsible. I mean, whatever works for you, buddy. We are coming down, by the way. Is anybody short in this market? We are about 1 minute from the top of the hour. We should see some liquidity being injected in the market, but this market has been very much range bound. We were looking to break those 170s, had the vote. Everybody's saying that it's going to go up, and now we are retracting here. Volume shelf at 100. Yeah, there is a bit of a volume shelf. There's also a little bit of liquidity stacked down there. Shorted and got out for a quick trade. Love that. Short what you can control. Nice move there. In an express account trading minis, I can trade 1 NQ, but only 5 MNQ. Why not 10 minis for every 1 NQ? If you're on Top Step X, you have the conversion. If you are not in Top Step X, you do not have that accurate conversion. Rips, you're the best. Again, I have no idea why you do this. Never heard of a guy in your platform who actually advises not to pay for your services and use the free YouTube stuff. I mean, what else am I going to do? Don't pay for courses. Don't pay for Clubhouse. Don't pay for anything. Hang out here in the free YouTube streams. There's no better price than free. I always recommend that. Especially really difficult games because you have to focus solely on it and it clears your mind also with quick decision making. There you go. A-Trade says done. Just needed 200 to get 5 days. Now you request 5 payouts. Let's go. Sick. Nice work there, A-Trades. Stacking it up in their express fund. I'm guessing you caught that short there. Beautiful, beautiful move. Let's see if the S&P breaks the VWAP here at 57.49. I'm guessing it's going to bounce. That's what my guess is. I'm thinking that the market is going to bounce. But I'm not trading it, so happy to be very, very wrong. But my vote is that we will bounce here at the VWAP somewhere about 57.49 to 57.45. Right now we're dumping. Let me bring up the S&P VWAP so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. But right here is where I expect the market to show us a little bit of a bounce because we've had that same pattern kind of repeating here for the longest time. So let's see. Do we bounce here? Or do we continue to roll over? Let's see. Let's see. See what plans the market has for everybody out there. Question, if we trade like 3 months into the future and real stock market is trading like 18,000-ish, we think that we will see those prices 3 months from now? I mean, you're trying to deduce where the value of a futures contract comes from. I mean, you're essentially talking about like ES versus the real S&P. I'm not hearing any news that is suggesting that the market should continue to roll, but hey, I've seen crazier things happen. We will be on Top Step TV here in about 19 minutes. So we have about 10 more minutes together, folks. Like I said, if we do get up to 1,500 likes, I will do a giveaway. But I'm curious. Let's see if this market bounces here. I have no skin in the game, so either way it goes. Makes no difference to me, but I think the market will bounce here. That's my guess. Let's go to the 30-second bars and see. Get a little more granular here. Longs failing at those highs. Yeah, I agree. Having issues activating the XFA page. Guess it's for the best today. Listen to those market gods, Mash. I think they're trying to communicate to you directly there. Oh, looks like it's going to continue to roll here. Let's see. It's always tricky at these points of inflection in the market, right? It's always tricky. I feel like it can go either way. Place your bets. I guess I say more that we think that we'll see 20K in the real market about 3 months from now. Maybe. Well, it's whenever these contracts expire. It's December. Third Friday of the month of December. Rips, did you see Top Step sent Nick a baby onesie for his newborn? Yes, I commented on that post. Rips and DBA about to run the house account up. We'll see. I'll do my best. Either way, I hope to be entertaining and insightful on the show. That's what I hope for here. Let's see if I missed anything here. Just passed my combine on that short. Nice work there, Eric. Very nice. Yeah, it looks like all these shorts paid. Very, very nice. Right now, we are just kind of holding here. Curious if anybody is going to actually long from here. Make yourself known if you're thinking about longs from here, because I personally think it's going to bounce from here, but I'm often wrong. I'm not taking the trade myself, but I feel like it has a good opportunity to bounce from here. Gringo's long, Brian's long, John's long. Good luck, everybody. Not yet, but yes. Waiting for confirmation. You know, if it makes it above the 4-hour mid, could start to get some real pineapple juice to the top side here. Gotcha. Wait, is that Dolby? Where's Dolby? Did I miss Dolby? No. Oh, as Kelvin said, Nick, the NQ Dolby Dorito in play, 1 hour chart. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's holding here. It's not breaking back above the 50s, but that doesn't mean it can't be bowling for some more energy to the top side here. 30-second bar, and what time period is your chart set at? I'm just scrolling and moving things around here. I was just getting granular here. If you want, you can. There's a 5-minute. Here's a 15-minute. Here's a 142-minute chart there for you. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I think that this thing should reclaim. Should. We'll see. Love to see Rips and Jake are on Top Step together. Rake trades and Rips would crush the stream. I'm not familiar. Look at this. We are coming back up. Let's see. See if these bouncers are going to bounce the market high enough to see this liquidity being pushed up to the top side. Let's see. Up 141 today. Not sure if I should lock it out or shoot for 300. Well, it depends on what's your personal feel about things, right? What is your personal feel? Waiting for confirmation on election day. Exactly. Feel like it can go lower? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a mixed bag today. I feel like anything can happen, but if you're asking me, you know, you look at this chart pattern here, it's been holding this area. We're at the VWAP. We have multiple points of confluence here. If we're wrong, I mean, this thing could be a tremendous roll. It could be rolling all the way down to somewhere in this area of liquidity here. This volume shelf down here, perhaps 57.44. But I just feel that, I mean, there's just not a lot of participants in this market here. So unless there's some news that comes out that suggests that it should start to roll heavily, I just feel like we're going to bounce back up to somewhere in that point of control at 57.54. Usually how the market reacts on low liquidity here. Usually how it goes. What does Bookmap say? Bookmap says low liquidity and not much is happening. That's what it says right now. Not too much is happening. It's depending on what happens here at the prior day mid, the 4-hour mid. Is fighting, it's struggling here. It wants to come back up, but we don't have buyers or sellers on the tape right now. I vote for making a segment slow markets with rips for a tick. Interesting. Well, I will be, I think Nick for a tick is going to be for FOMC. I think he's going to be on for that. I think the market is waiting for ISM at 10 a.m. Yep, it's coming in less than an hour here. 54 minutes away. So we'll see. Trust me, Rips, I know it's going to be 20,084 because I'm at Chef, and D told me that chefs have an edge due to the profession, so get ready. All right. Let's see what's going on in the NQ. Can't fight with that logic. Wow, we did have a tremendous bounce here in the NQ. Yeah, I don't know. Feels like it's going to start to roll back up here. Negative 1 million to 5, 1530. All have gone bearish, looking for a retest of the range and then looking for a short signal to short. There you go. Yeah, I'm from the camp, like I've been saying. I think this is going to roll back up. From what moment you say low liquidity looking at Bookmap are the like under X number of orders, or is the low liquidity? You can see it whether or not they're stacking orders, and it's very small orders right now. I mean, it's only 2,300 contracts up 5 points away. That's tremendously low. And we are pushing back up here, so anybody who caught along off the lows is so far looking good, but don't count your chickens before they hatch, right? When does the actual news about the election come out? Towards the end of the day, well, throughout the day, of course, but again, it's contingent upon whether or not it's a runaway victory for one of the candidates, or if it's a very Loctite race, we might not find out for weeks. It's contingent on a lot of different factors here. We are about to trade 57.51 here. A little bit of overhead supply coming in, shuffling in here. What's considered a big load of contracts? Thousands. I mean, thousands and thousands of contracts. If you have the order book showing 5,000 contracts in a certain area, we'll see that during regular trading hours. In 2 more minutes or less, we'll know if this continues to roll down. Well, it's starting to perk back up. I told you. I told you it was going to go back up. Now, didn't I? Sorry. Had to get that one out. Depending on how much corruption the left decides to do. Yeah, maybe. Who never knows, right? So did anybody catch those comfortable longs there? Yeah, look at both of the instruments going straight up there. Look at that. Happy and long. Very, very nice. Lovely. You love to see it. Look at that. What a beautiful reversal. Oh my goodness. Oh my. All right, well, we got about 30 more seconds together here, folks. It's been a lovely, lovely stream here. We got very close to 1,500 likes. We're only about 800 away. But hey, the good news is that we're going to be back tomorrow prior to playing some Bobby's Room, but we're going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have the results of a presidential election, and maybe we won't. TBD. Let's stick around for it. I'll see you folks bright and early tomorrow. Catch me on Fast Markets. You know where to go. We're going to go ahead and drop the link if you folks want to do a bit of a rip trade over there. It's always a lot of fun. Hold on. Let's see. Is this it? No, that's not it. There it is. There you go. And if you do like to support the stream, which I hope you do, it does help me tremendously if you just click this link and you let it load right here. If you click that link, you let it load, helps me out tremendously, and it shows Top Step that you appreciate what I'm doing here every single morning. All right, everybody, I'll see you over on Top Step TV. I'm going to be live there in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Go to Top Step TV. That's where you want to go. Actually, do go somewhere. Go to Top Step TV. I'll see you folks over there very, very soon. Have a great morning. Trade safe today. Remember, volatility is on the ticket, so be careful out there. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow.